You may not realize it, but over 240,000 Jamaicans, teachers, vendors, taxi men, pensioners, have had their lives changed forever by one quiet institution. Not by chance, not by luck, but by design. It's called the National Housing Trust, NHT, and without it, Jamaica's housing crisis would have shattered families and dreams alike. This isn't just about real estate or construction. This is about dignity, equity, and the fight to belong. This is how the NHT changed more than 240,000 lives. Every year, tens of thousands of Jamaicans work, save, and hope. They dream of one thing, the key to their own front door. But that dream isn't easy. The banks turn people away. The deposits are too high. The rates are too brutal. And yet somehow, more than 240,000 Jamaicans have gotten through. Let's talk about how. The birth of the NHT. Back in the 1970s, Jamaica was young and struggling. The economy was tight. People were moving from rural parishes into cities, looking for work, looking for opportunity. But all they found was zinc fences, overcrowded rooms, and endless rent. Landlords ruled. Banks refused the poor. It was clear Jamaica had a housing emergency. Then came the bold vision. Michael Manley's government declared, housing must be a right, not a reward. And in 1976, the National Housing Trust was born. How it works. The NHT was never just a government office. It was, and still is, a movement funded by the people, for the people. Here's how it works. From every paycheck, employees contribute 2% and employers 3%. That pool of money becomes a dedicated, protected fund to build homes and offer loans. And here's the game changer. Employees get back their contributions after 7 years, plus interest. The employer's 3%? That stays in the fund forever, building homes for the nation. Now consider this. No bank gives you a 0% interest loan if you're poor. But the NHT does. No bank builds homes just for low-income contributors. But the NHT does. That's why this system became more than policy. It became a promise. The engine behind the market. The NHT isn't just part of Jamaica's housing market, it is the housing market. Up to 60% of all housing solutions in the country are either built or financed through it. And the numbers prove it. 228,731 mortgages granted. 240,211 total housing benefits delivered. $22 billion dispersed in 2023 alone. These aren't just statistics. They are stories of a nurse who stopped paying rent after 15 years, of a grandmother who finally left a squatter community, of a young couple who got their first home before age 30. Massive communities, real impact. Entire towns owe their existence to the NHT. Take Portmore, Jamaica's largest dormitory community, or Longville Park in Clarendon, or Westmead in St. Catherine. These aren't just housing schemes. They're living communities with parks, roads, schools, and dreams. Every block poured, every roof raised, every foundation laid represents jobs for masons, electricians, drivers, landscapers. The NHT fuels not just homes, but the entire construction sector, serving the underserved. And yet what makes the NHT truly revolutionary is its reach. It goes beyond just loans. It offers grants, up to $3.5 million for low-income contributors. Disability retrofits are for those who need homes to be more accessible. Solar panel assistance to lower light bills. Energy loans to install water heaters and reduce reliance on the Jamaica Public Service Company. And it didn't stop there. The trust recognized that young people were being locked out. So it created a rule. 10% of all new homes must go to contributors under 35. Need help qualifying? You can now combine your points with a parent or sibling. You can even apply across generations, co-signing with someone older to qualify together. This isn't just housing policy, this is social engineering for justice. What if it never existed? Now pause. Think of what Jamaica would look like if the NHT had never existed. Who would offer 0% loans? Who would build affordable housing when private developers chase profit? Where would the poor go if not into deeper debt or deeper poverty? Without the NHT, monthly payments would be unaffordable. Down payments would lock people out. The construction industry would shrink. Squatter settlements would explode. Hope for thousands would die. The hard truth. Let's be honest. The NHT hasn't been perfect. Governments have treated it like a piggy bank, raiding it for over $100 billion. That's money that could have built 28,000 more homes. Then there was the Outamini scandal, 180 million Jamaican dollars spent on a failed tourist attraction. And for years, higher income earners were getting most of the loans, while the poor kept waiting. But the trust has been learning, fixing, reforming. It's not where it started, it's where it's going. The true tragedy is that the very governance structure meant to protect it became the channel through which it was misused. Housed under the office of the Prime Minister to insulate it from politics, the NHT instead became vulnerable to direct influence. Despite the setbacks, the institution still endures, and that endurance speaks volumes. It tells us that even flawed systems can serve the public good when backed by public demand and national commitment. 4 bonus facts. Here are 4 facts that prove how deep the NHT's roots now go. Fact 1. Overseas Jamaicans can and do contribute voluntarily, still dreaming of a home back home. Fact 2. The Trust now offers solar panel grants to pensioners to reduce their electricity bills. Fact 3. It owns over $378 billion in assets, making it a powerful national institution. Fact 4. More than 11,000 non-mortgage benefits were issued last year. Grants, disability support, and upgrades. Jamaica has many institutions, but only a few have touched lives this way. The NHT didn't just give people shelter, it gave them belonging. It allowed an ordinary man or woman to say, "This is mine. I built this. I earned this." That's why this story matters. Because when we talk about Jamaica's progress, we must talk about the keys to dignity, the ones placed in the hands of more than 240,000 Jamaicans. By a trust they helped build themselves. Every key handed over is a quiet revolution. It's a moment where poverty loses, where hopelessness steps back, and where one family finds its footing. From rural districts in St. Mary to bustling towns in St. Catherine, the NHT has planted seeds of stability, one home at a time. And that is worth honoring, not just in memory, but with vigilance for the future. If this story moved you, subscribe to the Impacting Jamaica community and share this video with someone you know who may have built their future with help from the NHT.